Now, Whammo has always, in my life, has always done his thing, has always focused, on the culture. There was a period in time when that's where you went to find out. And the Pittsburgh Courier. The Pittsburgh Courier
I still pick it up.
It was the thing. Like, I was so proud when I seen the movie 42. I didn't know that story of Jackie Robinson, and to find out that it was somebody from the Pittsburgh Courier that was following him around to cover this whole transition, that was dope. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's really what it is. But I want to give you said something earlier, and I want to give you the answer. Rap music and hip-hop's music became a thing because of iTunes.
Whenever they, don't tell me, because they hit your boy with a Fed charge.
Nope. This has nothing to do with that.
With the LimeWire and the Killer?
No. So this has everything to do with iTunes. Okay, I'll explain. When they put iTunes together and they jumped all of these genres, okay? If they would have kept rap, the genre, together, it would have been the #1 music in the country.
So that
if you separate them, the subgenre, country music was #1. So they separated them. That's how it became split. We never split it. They did that. The same way Ice Cube, Common, Lil Wayne, Soulja Boy, EPMD, these are all rappers.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Because you said country is the #1.
According to their charts, early.
Yeah.
Early.
No, and I'm not going against what you're saying. I want another answer to a question.
Go.
Because in the country community, they looked at Nelly kind of side-eyed.
No, they looked at Thingy side-eyed.
Which one?
Who he did the song with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's who they looked at side-eye.
But, St. Louis is a country location, no matter if it's black people or not.
Correct.
Like Missouri, the whole side of the country is country. And
Tim McGraw.
I know growing up, that used to be a big thing. Like, why is you allowing Nelly over here? Because I guess that would have split up their genre from just country to country/hip hop. Because Morgan Wallen, I listen to him right now. He got some of his best songs is with Moneybagg Yo, Lil Durk, Big Extra Plug.
Because they grew up on hip hop. They grew up on it.
Yeah. Shaboozey.
You'd be surprised at how many lawyers is out here. Oh, that's the lawyer. But he grew up on Wu-Tang, bro. Like, don't get it, man. It's like.
It was a vibe for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad you said that because I follow that lawyer. And he's always like singing Young Thug in his morning 100%. Meetings.
The same way a lot of people don't understand that the pop groups that you've seen, NSYNC and whatever, they are a result of the popularity of New Edition.
Yeah.
Single-handedly, all of these groups are a knockoff of New Edition. The problem was, I don't want my 12-year-old daughter hanging Black Boys on her walls.
Did you see that? It was like a little snippet, but a while back, NSYNC, they did a cover of New Edition, like on maybe like Nickelodeon. They
were all trying to be that. And the industry literally created. Now, understand, Elvis is nothing but a knockoff of Chuck Berry. It's been happening throughout years. But once again, like I said, at the time, there was no such thing as a boy group. We didn't have that. So New Edition, they're one of them things that they can't be redone. They started something that we've been trying to replace for years. But at the end of the day, they didn't want their little daughters hanging Black Boys on their wall. Period. It just is what it is. We're white women I've dated who their first introduction to music is Bobby Brown.
Just imagine.
White.
Dad.
Yeah. I want to go
see Bobby Brown. Did someone say Brown?
Yeah, bro, that's really what it is. So, like, if we really dive into it, yes, that's what it is. But that whole split of, the subgenres started because they did not want to start their platform with rap music being number one.
That's a fun fact. I always like having fun facts because then I get to push them off on other people. But so all the people who you explain, they're from like the New York area or like Detroit. I know like
New Edition's Boston.
Yeah, Boston. Speaking about in totality, just like knowing the history of music and where it's all coming from. Mm-hmm. But how far behind do you feel like Pittsburgh was? Not today, but from the start of hip hop.
Ooh, behind.
Only because we used to have to get our information through magazine, and it was just it took a long time to get information.
Behind is kind of hard to say because always your hotbeds for music creation was New York and LA. The South kicked in with Houston and Dallas and whatever. Miami kicked their thing in. Atlanta kicked their thing in. If we're truly speaking just about hip hop music, or rap music, so behind is kind of hard. Now, we didn't have access to a lot of stuff. We did not have access. Now, what was dope was Pitt, because you got kids coming from all over the country to come there, and they're bringing their flavor. The very first time I ever heard Go-Go was on a Pitt campus. Didn't know what it was. Like, Go-Go's regional. The first time I heard Juke, same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of was the thing. We did not have the internet like you guys have the internet. Just like you said, magazines, Right On and Word Up. I mean, I'm old enough to remember going to the back of the Jet magazine and seeing what the number one songs of the month was. Like,
I'm old enough to go to the Jet magazine and see that beauty.
Yeah, we ain't gonna go there. But yes, you know what I mean? Like, that's, kind of the thing. Now, Whammo has always, in my life, has always done his thing, has always focused, on the culture. There was a period in time, that's where you went to find out. And the Pittsburgh Courier. The Pittsburgh Courier
I still pick it up.
It was the thing. Like, I was so proud when I seen the movie 42. I didn't know that story of Jackie Robinson, and to find out that it was somebody from the Pittsburgh Courier that was following him around to cover this whole transition, that was dope. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's really what it is.
So yeah, just being from the city of Pittsburgh and appreciating like all that we got to offer, the innovators, the people who blazed that trail. I mean, like, it's something to appreciate. I feel like in media, we got it. In sports, we got it. In a lot of different areas, even with Google coming to the city a few years ago, we got tech. But like, the stronghold on music, it's just been hard to get like a stronghold on music in this city. Why do you feel like we could be innovative enough to create all these other things, but not the main thing to us right now, which is Pittsburgh hip hop?
I feel like there's a mystique and a glitz and glamour that goes with the music industry. And Pittsburgh is a blue-collar place. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Now, I feel like let's go back to the subcultures. I feel like the conscious rapper, the socially aware rapper, the 9 to 5 go to work, come home, and do music as that. This is a great place for that. It's the epitome of it. But if you are the dripped out, Rolls Royce driving, 7 blunts a day, like that's really not us. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It can be. We have people here, but that's really not the identity of the city. So therefore, it kind of makes them stick out like a sore thumb, and then it kind of looks foolish on it just doesn't match. It's like putting a suit on a pig. Like it just does not match. So those type of artists strive to be in those type of areas at LA, at New York. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. So that being said, I feel like we have to define first who we are and what our industry is. And I believe that we can have a mix in there. You know what I mean? I believe that a person who's worked hard and mastered their craft should be fly. Now your fly might be Timberland boots. My fly might be Prada shoes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but still, we've done this thing, we've mastered this thing, and we are a walking billboard for what we stand for in it. Cool. The other issue that I see is because we're such, 9 to 5 blue collar, for those people who are, in those type of budgets, they've adopted this fake it to make it. You know what I mean? Like, so now you got really hardworking people that got jobs and whatever, but now you're spending $2,000 to buy a chain that looks like it's $10,000 and it's fake. And it's just like I'm not knocking it. Like, do what makes you happy. But it is kind of demoralizing from a large picture that, bro, it's okay to just be you. It's okay. Like, we embrace you. We can't do you like you do you. So be yourself.
I'm glad you spoke on what type of town we are, what kind of city we are. But Pittsburgh, man, we look at ourselves like a town, and it is blue collar.
It's 100%.
It's hard work. It's even if you doing something that's easy, you better make it look like it's hard. For real. And speaking on that, I wanted to just go back down memory lane because the flashy artists, like you said, and this ain't to throw shade at nobody, but whenever S Money, Owie, and Wiz, they were all in like their early prime Pittsburgh hip hop careers. Like Owie and S Money was like the flashier artists, but like Wiz at the time was like a backpack type of rapper where it's just like, oh yeah, he youngin' on his grind. No pun intended, but he was definitely a youngin' on his grind, and we seen it, and we always wondered why he was the one that was chosen to make it out. Or he embodied the city. We seen a dude who really wanted it, and he got out and got it.
So I have a personal story. This is not hearsay. This is not made up. If Wiz was sitting here, he would factually say the same thing I'm saying. So for those who remember, Wiz was doing his thing, shopping. I believe he got himself into a deal. He was on tour on a tour bus, and the bus got pulled over. Remember the whole weed situation?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He gets pulled over. That whole situation happens. And I believe 3 to 4 days later, he was here in Pittsburgh. He was at Edgewood Town Center and Sneaker Villa, for those who remember what that is. All right, cool. I'm going to back up to go forward. Prior to this, I'm so excited because this kid from Pittsburgh is getting this shake, this opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, prior to him, I could only rest my hat on Tuffy with Ghetto Soundcheck.
Yeah.
So from Ghetto Soundcheck to what Wiz does, he's the next one. And I'm excited. I'm a DJ. I can help with this process. Cool, no problem. So I hear about the mix. I didn't know it was a mixtape. I was told it was an album. I hear about the album. I jump up. I can't even remember who told me. I'm like, boom. My first spot to go to was Upbeat Records in Wilkinsburg.
Yeah.
So boom, I shoot over to Upbeat and I'm like, yo, blah, 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 Wiz Khalifa. He was like, oh yeah, I got it right here. I promise you right now, I still have the exact CD that I purchased at my crib. I purchased the CD. I'm thinking it's an album. I get home and it's a damn mixtape with a DJ I've never heard of. I'm like, what the hell is this? And the DJ is talking on almost every track. So I can't even play this for the public because no DJ is playing another DJ. Like, mixtapes are useless to DJs because if we don't have a clear, we're not playing another DJ talking. No disrespect to him. But until Khaled and Clue and them started doing where you couldn't get the song without him on it, no DJ is playing another DJ's. It's not happening. So I have this kid in my city. He's making noise. I'm trying to, do my part and play it for people. I'm like, this is some straight bullshit. Cool. We fast forward to the situation I'm telling you about. Wiz comes in the store. I let him walk all the way in. He went to the counter. I didn't say a word. I'm DJing. I didn't say a word. Let him do what he's doing because I don't want to, he's comfortable. He got his bag. He's about to walk out the door. On a microphone, I go, Mr. Khalifa. He looked over and was like, because we had ran into each other. So like, on site, he knew who I was. I knew who he was. But cool, no problem. He comes over. We laughing, we joking. And I said, I just got to start the story with this. Bro, if I could have found you the day I bought that mixtape, me and you would have had problems. He started laughing. You know what I mean? Like, this is a God's honest true story. So I said to him, bro, like, you on the road and you're doing your thing, but I don't understand why people are so split about you. There's people that love you and there's people that hate you. And like, what's the deal? I just don't feel like this city has a true understanding of who you are. He goes, I know what you mean. You know what I mean? I hear it, whatever. So I said, let's do a mixtape together. That way we can do it interview-based. We can play some songs, but we can give people a true understanding of who you are. He literally said, cool, bro. When I get off the road, let's lock that in. Cool. So we continue the conversation. He looked at me and I said, well, how did the mixtape thing come up? Wiz says to me, he looked in my face and he said, Chef, I was a kid. I just did what they told me to do. At that moment, I had to realize he literally was a kid.
So was that the Rostrum Records version of Wiz?
That was right.
Young.
This is young Wiz. He is following the script.
Brought to you by